Car Man Show. It's about that time. Yeah, you know, get ready for the Car Man Show. Turn on your TVs and your radios. It's time for the Car Man Show. Tired of riding that old car, spending all that cash on breakdown and repairs, burning all that gas. Paying on time, but car got you late. Need a newer car with a lower interest rate. Public transportation giving you the blues. Call the car man, he'll know what to do. Don't waste no more time, cause now you know, pick up the phone. It's the Car Man Show. Who can? You can. Who can? You can. I can. You can. With who? Car Man. Who can? You can. Who can? You can. I can. You can. With who? Car Man. Who can? You can. Who can? You can. I can. You can. With who? Car Man. Who can? You can. Who can? You can. I can. You can. With who? Car Man.
Good afternoon, and welcome to edition of the Car Man Show, the I Need a Car Man edition. I Need a Car edition. This is a show that is going to educate you, the automotive consumer, on the ins and outs of purchasing cars, and that's what we do. This is our very first live podcast during the week. We started our podcast actually on Saturday, right after my show that broadcast on Praise 102.7 FM out of Detroit. I've been doing automotive radio shows for a long time, educating automotive consumers on the ins and outs of purchasing cars, basically letting consumers know exactly what they need to know when you're purchasing a car. And today we're going to talk about three specific questions that you may have and you should know the answers to when it comes to your car situation. The first question is, what is my payoff? What is my payoff? How many of you actually know what your payoff is on your car? If you don't know, you're just paying money just for nothing. Or how about this question? Does the car that you are financing have a warranty? Don't you think that if you're financing a car, you should make sure that you have a warranty? And then here's the third question. Is your car payment too high for what you are driving? Is your car payment too high for what you are driving? I know a lot of you out here have car payments that you feel as though are extremely high, and you feel like you should be driving a new car and you're not. Well, we're going to talk about that all today, and we're going to actually have the ability for you to ask questions. If you've got questions that you would like to have answered, you can have those questions answered, and we're going to do everything that we can to help better your car situation. That's what we do here. I'm the Car Man, and this is the first edition of the I Need a Car Show. That means people are calling because they need a car. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the very first thing. What is my payoff? The payoff on your car, most people don't know what their payoff is. Everyone today, do me one favor. Even if you don't know me, do me one favor. If you have a loan on a car, call to ask the finance company what is your 10-day payoff. Ask them what the 10-day payoff is. That will let you know if you pay that car off in the next 10 days, that's how much you owe. Some of you are going to be surprised because you're going to owe way more than what you thought. Some of you are going to be surprised because you owe a lot less than what you thought. And it's real simple. You can either call the company, you can go online. A lot of these companies even have automated lines where you can do that. And so it's so important for you to understand this, because the thing is that if you don't understand what your payoff is, then you basically are making payments on a loan and you have no idea when you're going to be through paying it. Let me say that again. You are making payments on a loan and you have no idea when you're going to be through paying it. And that's not a good way to be. So it's very, very important for you to understand what your payoff is. Now, another reason why you want to know where your payoff is because of the term upside down. A lot of you may or may not know what upside down means, but upside down means owing more on your car than it's worth. And so if you find out that your payoff is $10,000 and your car's value is $3,000, guess what? You're $7,000 upside down. That's not good information, but it's real information that you need to know. And so it's important for you as a consumer to understand where you stand on your car loan. Now, this is not just a podcast with me talking and giving you information, which I'm going to give you a lot of information, and I encourage you to download this podcast, save it for future reference, listen to us, and watch for us as we have our other podcasts, as I will be talking about toward the end of the show. But you need to understand that this information is going to control what your car situation is for now and the next several years in a lot of cases. And so everybody out there that is listening to me, I want you to call me and let's talk about your car and your payoff. And how far are you upside down? Some of you are upside down by a lot. Some of you are upside down by a little. The average upside down balance is anywhere between $3,000 to $5,000. $3,000 to $5,000. That's the average. But I've seen people as high as $10,000, $12,000 upside down. So it's important for you to understand where this is, because this is something that is going to directly affect your pocket, your money. It's going to directly affect that. So I want to encourage you right now, if you're out here and you have a question in regards to your situation, you have a question in regards to your situation, you have a question in regards to your balance on your car, and you don't know what to do in regards to that. Maybe there's some advice that I can do that can help you make that situation better. And that's what we do here on the Carman Show. So the phone number where you can call us at if you've got a question, the number is 630-701-9595. That's 630-701-9595. Call that number, ask your question. I'll be able to tell you exactly kind of where you are at, because I've been in the business so long, so I can tell you pretty much in a guesstimation how far you are upside down. I can tell you how far you are upside down. So definitely you want to figure that out, because that's one of the questions. That's one of the tough questions that you need to know as a person financing a car. What is my payoff? When you know what your payoff is, you find out what your car is worth. You see exactly how much negative equity you have. That's the difference of the amount of money that you owe versus the amount of value that your car has. It's real, real simple. So call me, questions about your car and your upside down situation. You can call me. This is a live podcast right here on 2/26, February 26 on Monday. So if you've got a question and you're listening to this live, you can call and answer and ask that question. The number is 630-701-9595. That is the question. That is the hotline where you can get right through and ask your car question. So it's real important. Whoever you are listening to me, and whatever type of car you have, and wherever you are listening to me from, cars don't gain value, they lose value. It is absolutely nothing that is going to make a car gain in value, except if it's one of those super expensive cars, collector cars. But most of us listening to this broadcast have no collector cars. Most of you just have the regular everyday cars. And even I'm talking about cars that are under 100,000. Most cars that are under 100,000 are not collector cars, and those cars lose value. Most of you listening to me are driving cars that are under 50,000. So that's the majority of the everyday car for the everyday person. So a lot of you have that, and you need to understand that when you know your payoff and you know what your car is worth, that puts you in a better financial situation to move forward down the road. So I want to encourage you to call me about your situation, and hopefully we will be able to answer the question of what you're dealing with and be able to help you in your situation with your car. So the number, if you have a question while we're here, I'll be glad to answer the question. The number is 630-701-9595. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I want to answer the question, is your car payment too high for what you're driving? Is your car payment too high for what you're driving? Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Hey, this is the Car Man. Need an upgrade in your car? Call me to upgrade your car. 877-870-4815. Need a lower car payment for what you drive? Call me for a better payment. 877-870-4815. Need a car with bad credit? I can get you approved based on your job. 877-870-4815. To listen to my next show and get a list of all my car buying programs, go to my website, thecarmanshow.com.
Hey, this is the Car Man getting back with you. Is your car payment too high for what you are driving? Think about what I said. Is your car payment too high for what you are driving? Are some of you driving used cars, old used cars, at new car payments? If you are in that situation and you're in an extremely high car payment for a much older car, you need to see if there's an option for you to get out. The reason your car payments are usually that high is because of the interest that you had on your vehicle. The interest that you had on your vehicle was extremely high. A lot of you are over 20%, so your car payment is extremely high, and you're driving probably a much older car. I call those bad deals in some instances because you're paying way too much money in interest. But it did help you reestablish your credit. So I'm here to tell you today that there are a lot of you out here that could actually get into another vehicle, lower your interest rate, and get more car for your money. So some of you that are paying, the average car payment is in the 400s. You're out here, you're paying $450 a month, and you're driving a 2009 vehicle. Well, you're driving a 2009 vehicle for $450 a month. Wouldn't it feel better to be driving a 2018 vehicle for $450 a month? Wouldn't it feel better for driving a 2018 brand new vehicle for $400 a month? I mean, I understand that credit causes you to get the high interest rate, but that credit is not a death sentence. You don't have to have that for the entire loan. You only use that interest long enough for you to build your credit. So I'm here to tell you that a lot of you have actually already built your credit. You've made enough payments that your credit score has come down, and you deserve a better interest rate. So, if you are out there and you have been making payments diligently every month, and you want to see, is there an option for me to get into another car? If there are options for me to get into another car, I know a lot of you are saying, I want those options. So I want to give you those options, listeners. I want to tell you that if you are paying $400 on an interest rate that's 20%, if that interest rate drops down to 10%, guess what? You get more car for the money. It's just that simple. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out. You get more car for the money. So if you have a loan like that and you want to talk about it, you want to talk about that car payment that is way too high, that car payment that is way too high for what you drive, I want you to call me right now. Today is Monday, February 26th. You can call me at 630-701-9595. That's 630-701-9595. You can call me right now, and I can answer that question, and we can figure out what can be done with your situation. It's just that simple. All you got to do is pick up the phone, tell me what your situation is, and guess what? In less than a week, you could probably be in a better car. You know, what happens is when you get these high interest rate loans, a lot of people look at them as a death sentence, but it's really just a door. It's a key that opens up a door for you to be able to get finance. But once you've opened that door, it's about time for you to walk through that door and see what the options are on the other side of that door. And that's what I want to make happen for you. And I want you to realize that once you have these high interest rates and you've made the payments on time for a long period of time, you can turn around and get into another vehicle. You can turn around and get into another vehicle, and guess what? Your interest rate will be lower. Your interest rate will be lower. So with your interest rate being lower, guess what? You end up with a better overall situation, a better car. I've seen people go from 2008 vehicles to 2018s. 2002 vehicles to 2017s. I've seen people go from 25% down to 5%. I've seen people that are so unbelievable that they could change their situation. But they happen to hear me on the radio. And they said, hey, listen, let me call that guy and see if there's something that I can do. And so that's what I want to tell you on today. There are opportunities out here for you. There are opportunities out here for you. So the question that I have for you is your car payment too high for what you are driving? If your car payment is too high for what you are driving, you can call me right now. Let's talk about it. Let's see if there's a solution that we can save you some money right now. It's just that simple. The number is 630-701-9595. That's 630-701-9595. Call that number if you've got a car situation that you are trying to figure out what to do. If that's your situation, then I'm here to help you, and we're going to figure out how we can make that happen. So listen, I'm getting ready to take another break, give you an opportunity to call that number. If you've got a question that you'd like to have answered on the air, write this number down, call it, 630-701-9595. If you decide that you want to call me on another day that doesn't happen to be February 26th, you can always call my office. My office is open 6 days a week, pretty much all day. All you got to do is call that number, 877-870-4815. Now, when I come back, I'm going to talk about, does the car that you are financing have a warranty? Does the car that you're financing have a warranty? It should, but a lot of them don't. So stay tuned, and we're going to come back and talk about that.
Hey, this is the Car Man. Need an upgrade in your car? Call me to upgrade your car. 877-870-4815. Need a lower car payment for what you drive? Call me for a better payment. 877-870-4815. Need a car with bad credit? I can get you approved based on your job. 877-870-4815. To listen to my next show and get a list of all my car buying programs, go to my website, thecarmanshow.com.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. This is the Carman Show presents the I Need a Car Show podcast. We are starting, this is our first podcast, Monday, February 26th. We are going to be educating consumers all around the world about how to purchase cars the right way and learning the things that you should know. And that's really what this show is all about. I talked, before the break, I talked about asking you the question, does your car that you're financing have a warranty? How many of you have cars that you're financing and they don't have a warranty? That's not a good feeling. That's not a good feeling, and the reason why is because if the car breaks down, can you afford to make the car payment and the auto repair? Most of you can't. But let's talk about the warranties first. If you have an extended warranty on your car, you got to make sure that you read the fine print on everything, because a lot of times that extended warranty does not cover everything. And sometimes it can cover one part, but to get to that part, you have to disconnect this part, and that part is not covered, and that could end up costing you. Most of the extended warranties have what they call their provisions, and it'll say what is covered, but then they have an area where it says what is not covered. You need to read the area that says what is not covered, because that is going to tell you what you need to understand you might have to pay for. And when you're talking about what you have to pay for, those auto repairs aren't cheap. The average auto repair is between $500 and $1,000 to fix your car. And I ask you, on today, whatever day it is, whenever you're listening to this, if your car broke down, could you spend $500 today and still make your car payment on time this month? Could you spend $1,000 and still make your car payment on time this month? Most of you, the answer would be no. So I encourage you to always make sure when you purchase a car, make sure you have some type of warranty. Make sure you have some type of warranty. And now there's a good thing out here that there are a lot of warranty companies. So there are warranty companies out here that will allow you to buy an extended warranty through them instead of you having to go through the dealership. Now, what I recommend is for you to go through the dealership, because those are probably going to be the more reputable and the companies that are used to dealing with dealerships. The companies that are aftermarket, you don't even know who those companies are. So I would advise you to do some research on making sure you understand and you know who those people are, so you can figure out if you want to do business with them. And remember, the one big thing that you want to look at is when you are financing a car, you always want to make sure that you understand how many miles the warranty covers, because the warranties are not forever. They're typically 3-year, 36,000 miles, 5-year, 50,000, some of them are 100,000. Whatever the mileage is, you need to understand where the mileage is and where your mileage is, because when that mileage goes up, when you go over that miles, it's not, that warranty is going to be done. So you, even though you're still financing the car, so you want to make sure that you are still financing a car that has a warranty. So you need to watch that. Some warranties will, once the warranty is up, they'll ask you, did you want to extend it more? That's something new. They didn't always do that, but now they do. So there's an option there. There's an option for you to buy a third-party extended warranty. Bottom line is, you need to make sure your car is covered when you're financing. And one last thing, what's the big difference between the dealership warranty, extended warranty, and the aftermarket extended warranty? The aftermarket extended warranty may not be as reliable, but it will be probably cheaper. The dealership warranty is going to be more reliable, but the dealerships usually will have a higher markup. So you really got to just kind of do your research, go with your gut feeling on what you feel, and a lot of times you'll be able to make the right decision. So that is so important. So listen, we're getting ready to come to an end. I want to say, first of all, thanks to everybody that has supported the Carman Show on radio for the last 18 years. I've been doing radio on all over the country for the last 18 years. My website is www.thecarmanshow.com. That's www.thecarmanshow.com, where we talk and educate people about purchasing cars. I want to invite all of you to listen to my podcast on tomorrow, February 27th and 28th. We have a 2-part series. We're going to be previewing the 2018 cars and trucks. So we're going to be talking about the 2018 cars and trucks. So if you're in the market for a car and you want to see what's out here, I'm going to be talking a lot about that on tomorrow. On Thursday, we have another podcast. It's called Carman Nights. It's going to come on at 6 p.m. Central Time. We're going to talk about cars. We're going to talk about adult conversation. We're going to have interviews with just regular everyday people talking about things, current events, family issues, all type of things. And we want to invite people to get involved with what we do on our Carman Nights. So listen, I'm getting ready to get out of here. I want to thank you for listening to this podcast. I want to thank you for reaching out to me, all of you that have reached out to me via the web. Want to make sure that you have my website, thecarmanshow.com. You have my office number. You can feel free to call my office 24/7. That number is 877-870-4815. That's 877-870-4815. There are a lot of you out here that I know need help. I talked about, do you know how much your car is worth? So that you can find out if you're upside down or how much you're upside down. I talked about that. I just talked about that. How much is your car worth? So you want to talk about that in more detail with me? You can. Then I pose the question, is your car payment too high for what you're driving? And last but not least, I talked about the idea of financing a car and not having a warranty. That's not a good idea. So I want to be able to help you all with that. So hopefully this podcast put some things on your mind, gave you some insight on some things. Stay tuned for future podcasts. Look at my website, thecarmanshow.com. Call our toll-free number, 877-870-4815. I just want to say thank you, and I will be talking to you tomorrow on my next podcast, the 2018 Car and Truck Carman Preview.
Hey, this is the Car Man. Need an upgrade in your car? Call me to upgrade your car. 877-870-4815. Need a lower car payment for what you drive? Call me for a better payment. 877-870-4815. Need a car with bad credit? I can get you approved based on your job. 877-870-4815. To listen to my next show and get a list of all my car buying programs, go to my website, thecarmanshow.com.